But I feel like it would have been a much closer game had Fnatic not been so unfortunate in certain spots. So even though mousesports looks like the better team and they had some perhaps greater individual moments, I feel like Fnatic have a very solid shot at this series still. And they have so much gameplay left to show us. And what better place to do it than on Inferno? Mousesports, though, it's going to be curious for me to find out exactly what the direction will be against Fnatic. With this iteration of mousesports led by Karrigan. And Karrigan's pretty damn good at figuring out a good way to call against specific teams that have certain styles. And I think Fnatic definitely have a pretty specific style when it comes to a map like Inferno, James.
Yep. Going all the way back to the Pronax days, I would say so. The construction of a similar looking round on the T side and then a variation to the finish is pretty textbook for this company, this team. And many other teams as well.
It's cooperation.
But we'll see what they're able to do. Woxic has a lovely head of hair, it must be said.
I want a massage, James. Why does everyone get massages? I'm just spending the day watching people get massaged.
Just don't look at me, okay? This is not what I'm here for.
I wouldn't want you to do
and
it
it's
anyway.
not something that I am willing to provide.
You don't have the deftness in your hands.
Deftness. You wouldn't know, and you'll never know. Right then, Inferno. So we can see on GGBet, I think Fnatic were a slight favourite for this one, but in the eyes of the people, it seems that mousesports are still the favourite. Being one map up, a strong performance on Dust 2 will definitely be a mental boost, which for sure can be an advantage, especially with a good start if they are to win the pistol mousesports. Plenty of shouting to be done. Some last-minute strats before we kick off.
The fun thing with mousesports is that it feels to me like they're still evolving, like on a pretty consistent basis, and their identity is still formulating as well. And they have really good players for a map like this, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a really good performance from them as well. I mean, they have the the players for it, they have the experience for it, they have the structure at this point for it. And I won't ever forget that the inaugural matches of this lineup when I saw Rops on the A-bomb site get like a 40 bomb in regulation, just killing absolutely everyone. I just can't get that out of my mind when I think about this mousesports on Inferno. So, I'm hoping that we'll see that. And honestly, the cool thing about this minor and the major is that so many teams have had that kick in the arse that they've needed. So many players have had that kick in the arse that they've needed. We talked about JW for Fnatic. We talked about how he's had to find that motivation, that he's had to find the fun in the game again, and to find his form. And for Fnatic as a whole, to be able to be an actual cohesive unit, they need to do that together as well. We talked about that similarly with Kirby, with North, these big brands. I mean, if we look at people like Rops, Rops was on that mousesports lineup that could have been a bit more than they were. They did so very well, but they seemed to kind of cap out. And he said that when he got onto this lineup, he felt more motivated than ever because of all the new talent coming into it, for this fresh look for this new team. And
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's really motivated right now, which is, I think we're in a really good place at the moment.
I still miss the Rops-Oscar connection.
Yeah.
And the crazy plays those two used to do together. But
Sunny as well.
Fond memories of the past. So I'll never forget that 2 versus 5, which they didn't even remember themselves on Train. The 2 versus 5 retake on Train was completely ridiculous, but they can't even remember that. James,
I just have to say, Sunny is still a free agent, man. He's out there.
In the wind.
He's still out there. It's crazy, isn't it?
With his Philip Pline shoes on.
Yeah, because at the time he was like a top 5 rated player in the world or something. Like he was,
I wonder if he's had any international offers.
He must have some offers. He must have, surely.
And Nadeshot announced recently that 100 Thieves are going to be moving into Counter-Strike. I haven't received any emails from them, disappointingly, but perhaps Sonny has. Who knows if it's going to be... I mean, I would imagine they'd want to start with America, but you never know. You just don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
It's exciting times because there's been so many periods of time where it kind of seemed established. Like everyone who's everyone who can compete at the top level, as far as players go, they're in teams or locked out by contracts, with extortionate buyouts, But I feel like now, of course, if you look at all these players that are coming up that are showing all this promise, people as young as Obo and Tens, for example, there's so many more people like that now. There's so many more like newcomers and you know, young talents that all you really need to secure really is like someone like Adapt, someone that's very experienced, someone that can lead, and someone that will be a good support to that person that has experience. If you have that at the very base, you can construct a new unit if you're you know, intelligent with your scouting.
Okay, looks like it's about to begin. Once you see the bro fists, it's an indicator that we're about to get kicked off. Rob's a little cat stretch just to get the alertness back. All right, then, let's find out who is starting on the T side and who is starting on the CT side. That will be pretty key as well. Everybody's got a different mouse pad, maybe apart from Carrigan and Robs. And here we go. So Fnatic will be the aggressors at the beginning. No P250. We've got 3 sets of Kevlar, Brolan, and Exist with smokes. There's a Molotov for Brolan. So we'll see what they choose to do. It is an investment towards the B bomb site from mousesports. They've got 2 players by the well, maybe for a quick rotation. Chris Chase holding a flashbang, which can be very strong from that well position. And Frozen is just jump spotting, but nothing doing just yet. He can be heard by Twister, who's slowly creeping forward, trying to get a tag, and Frozen may not be able to fall back, or maybe he can with that flashbang. That's a beautiful response from mousesports.
Yeah, really nice in a first kill, because also he's holding onto the position, getting all the information, connecting all the bullets, and that's the second one on Banana, and in the meantime, Fnatic will make their way towards A. And that was really critical that Twist and Exist do something. That was part of the fake. You know, to sell a fake, how do you do it? You have to get kills, and they didn't get any. And so we have mousesports here, all in position. Nice shots from Carrigan. They've taken down the bomb, and he's going to finish off the last player as well. mousesports with the first round in the second map, and they've won the first map, let's not forget.
That was a pretty cool pistol round from mousesports. A nice setup towards the B bomb site. They had multiple options. So Chris J started holding a flash towards the well. So if there's a rush up Banana, Frozen can fall back and get that flash towards Pool. But then he moves forward a little bit. The flash over the top gives him the free kill. Then you can see Carrigan in the pit has his teammate on the other side of the site running distraction. So he gets a free kill, I think, onto Crims on the balcony, and it just gets better from there. And we spoke about that earlier on. I mean, you have quite a specific CT set up on the pistol round. It works to a T. It's just a great way to start the game, especially when you're 1 map up after a strong performance on Dust 2.
Yeah, Mouse also taking Banana, so without any flashbangs, you just have to respect the smoke. I mean, well, you don't have to, but you really should. And with 4 Glocks and a P250, all that Fnatic can really hope to do is a little bit of damage here. Getting a bomb plant should be 9 impossible, and only afforded at the as a, you know, a response to an enormous mistake of mousesports and some description. Rops, perhaps he must surely be the best player from Estonia. I don't know of anyone else from Estonia that's as good as Rops.
Rops is the man. He's a talisman for his country.
He is. Carrying. Oh, get a little collateral there. Has to finish it off with the PT1000s, of which I am a fan. And well, there you go. The eco round has been cleaned up. We can get into the business. Get into the business.
Let's see what the business is. What kind of buy will be offered by Fnatic in the first buy versus buy round. And we look to see and focus on how they construct a round with their utility, how they take map control, what they try to deny from mousesports. 3 players starting towards B for mousesports. Usual stuff for a CT side. That's a lovely flick from Woxic, but JW punishes the repeak. A little greedy, perhaps. Good start from the likes of Fnatic, but that is quite the meaty grenade. Way too many calories in that sandwich.
Yeah, that's actually a lot of damage done. In combining with the scout tag, you know, I think that Woxic's play was actually very much worth it because, you know, you got the scout. You want to get the damage in early. You know that they have better firepower. You want to restrict their options, or you want to make it so that they have to make some hard decisions. And the best way to do that is to make things awkward early, as opposed to trying to make plays later on when they have a more map control and more, you know, better bearing of what's going on. So I do like that from Woxic. It's a nice shot from JW to shut him down. And as far as the damage goes, Twist and Exist are pretty darn weak. They're going to be fodder for the SMGs. or SMG. Oh, speaking of which, Frozen's going to get in there towards the apartments. He's swapped out for the AK-47. He's dangerous now. He's going to fall back on this, and Chris J's going to hear all the running, and he's going to see all the running. There's the smoke. Will they go through it? They have to, surely, and Twist will kill him. So Chris J, he couldn't stop the push. That smoke is meaningless.
It was too deep. That's a good frag from Karrigan. Gives his team a fighting chance as they move towards the B bomb site with a man disadvantage. Frozen has a kit. They have no grenades, though. No flashes, nothing, and they will choose to take evasive action, mousesports. So it seems we'll see the first round on the board for Fnatic. Frozen crossing mid, and that proved to be fatal. Rops has only got a USP. I don't know what he did with his weapon. But, okay, he's retrieved it. I suppose he was looking for something better, but that might not be afforded to him. So this has been a very expensive round for mousesports. They don't have great money in the hole. And it's good for Fnatic to get on the scoreboard early. Success with their first buy round, and these chickens will not be lasting very long. Not quite mechanically separated chicken as you might find in America, but exploded.
I wonder if Crims has the biggest beard in top, pro Counter-Strike right now. Used to be a title held by Edwards, but I don't think that's been the case for a long time. Forrest,
Lions main.
Forrest might be the one who has the title.
Yeah, Forrest certainly up there.
Yeah.
It's a very sideways keyboard.
I can never play with that, like really sideways keyboard. But this is an interesting situation here for mousesports. Ross on that AK-47. Scouts, he said. A lot of dangerous toys in the hands of mousesports. Ooh, okay, Twist is going to get annihilated by the HE.
That's very much needed for mousesports because their buy is not great. CZ for Chris J, or Scout for Woxic. And a UMP for Frozen. Little tag from Karrigan through the smoke. Remember, the Silencer M4 has more bullets than it used to, both in the magazine and in general. That, I think, is a welcome change. 1 minute on the clock, and all the sound cues go. mousesports have been denied information top mid at the cost of one player, but still, it is with Fnatic. Now, what do they choose to do? JW's got a shadow advantage should there be a peak, but there's no peak. Frozen playing almost from Speedway in case a rotation is required towards the B-bomb side. So in that previous round, Chris J's smoke was a little too deep, and Fnatic had managed to sneak up a little too close. But 34 seconds, and Fnatic haven't really committed either way. JW still in position, maybe looking for a rotation to cut off now. But Karrigan will be slow to rotate. He's looking for Lurker, moving towards top mid. In the meantime, Fnatic have 20 seconds to make a play in towards B. There's a flashbang to bounce off of, and that'll put them back around the corner. And let them run a crossfire, because this smoke will soon go. Frozen, does he make the play? They hear the smoke collide with the CT, looking for him, and that's still wasting more time. 12 seconds for the bomb to be planted, and Chris J's waiting for that planter. Brolan's trying to clear the site, won't be able to, and Exist has to come off the plant. Now they might lose by timeout. Wins the duel, but there's no time to plant the bomb. Down they go, one by one. JW, the last man standing, and he's going to lose after time. No bullets in the magazine, and that is not the way he wanted to lose. An upgrade for mousesports. 3 players survive. Not too shabby a CT round. Seemed some late indecision from Fnatic, and it cost them.
Yeah, this is turning out to be a really solid start for Fnatic. Sorry, Fnatic's from mousesports. Not from Fnatic, but for mousesports. So that's so problematic. It's sometimes you're in one of those games where just nothing seems to go your way, and you can make it competitive, but it feels like it takes so much more effort for you than your opponent. And that's a beautiful combo of HE to Molotov. And as you said, James, really needed opening kill there. And mousesports, with that kill, it was so critical because that allowed them to take banana control, which allowed them to cheat an extra player towards A, which allowed, so that really allowed them to do so many things. JW, with that Deagle, trying to get himself a headshot, but there's none to be found, it seems. Crochet will take some damage, but they know that there's just pistols out there, so they don't have to play too aggressively. Fnatic looking to attack the A side of the map now. Beginning to move towards top mids. And Woxic will take himself a tag, and they've been really effective at punishing Woxic. Woxic hits every shot, but he only gets to shoot one, but JW gets to shoot more than one. Nice shot from him.
That is an extremely favorable exchange for Fnatic. Rops is in trouble, but he's got himself some good cover for the time being. Rops and chickens on Inferno. They do not have a good relationship. Now exists with the scout. Spots Karrigan looking for some pre-fire. Looking to wrap now towards the bomb site. He's outmaneuvered Karrigan for the time being, but maybe he gets caught. Again, there isn't too much time pressure for now. Frozen using the cover for 1v1s. Oh, but there's another headshot from JW. Now he can plant the bomb. 1v2. Oh, he's not going to commit to the bomb plant. That might be a mistake, but he doesn't know how close they weren't. But as time continues, it's going to be harder for him to achieve a bomb plant here. And that bonus money would be really key, but he's looking to win the round. 15 seconds, and his chances get smaller and smaller. He sees Rops jiggling. Rops has to hide now. Surely there's no way he can plant this bomb. Trying to invite the CTs to come out. Now he's got to commit to the bomb plant, and the round is won by mousesports. The peak is there. The damage is done. They'll be happy with 3 kills. There's no wrong decision for JW in terms of the bomb plant because he doesn't know where the CTs are. But 3 kills is huge for Fnatic in that round.
mousesports are really playing, like, well, they're playing with a pretty fast pace, which I love to see. I think they have so many players that really thrive with that kind of a play style. And JW's doing more work with his Deagle, and as you say, that's good damage, but ultimately it's a 4-1 scoreline for mousesports. And they're going to carry 2 AKs into this next round. As you guys can see on the bottom of your screen, it is a tactical pause for the likes of mousesports. And Fnatic, there's still lots of options for them to explore. It's very early days yet on map 2. But it must surely be somewhat frustrating in the ways that some of these rounds have gone.
Those Deagles sending warning shots to mousesports in that round. They keep the economy honest. You can see Rops in good spirits. Probably got his Gucci slides on. I think those are starting to get banned from some stages, but this stage of the tournament, comfort is key. mousesports having to concede the banana position. They've got Karrigan rotating over just in case, holding a HE rather than the flashbang. Now his M4 is out. There's the first HE.
Solid.
He looks to drop a counter smoke, which might leave the B-bomb players with some extra. You can see Frozen has a smoke, and I think Chris J has as well. So Karrigan could choose to rotate, but first he'll drop that HE, but Fnatic have already backed off. 1 minute 10 for them. They've got Crims keeping the CTs honest in second mid. There's no push, no aggression from mousesports in that respect. Woxic just holding from Arch of the AWP. Now, is this to invite some counter grenades? mousesports brazenly still holding on to their smokes on the B-bomb site with 50 seconds left. There's a flash top mid. They spot 1 player. Out pops Crims from the boiler position. That is a beautiful response, but are they getting greedy with these smokes towards B-bomb site now? Chris J caught. Maybe they are. Frozen still here. Twist looking the wrong way. The pre-fire up top. Creating some space for himself. He can rotate behind that. Looking for the barrel jump. There is one. 1v1 with Exist. That flashbang comes in perfect time, and JW misses a crucial shot. His teammates here, though, but by construction, there'll be an exchange of frags, leaving Brodan alone. 25 seconds. Bombs in the smoke. Does he plant while the smoke is up, or is he in a similar situation to the JW on that eco round? As the clock ticks, we see Woxic creeping up banana with the AWP. And he will actually have a chance to commit to this bomb plant. But can he get behind cover just in time? He can. Rops by construction. Woxic deep on banana, facing now, throwing a Molotov, and Rops will finish off the job. So much action around the site, but again, still high spirits here for mousesports.
Yeah, I do believe Rops has yet to die. I don't know what everybody's scoreboard is, but I just noticed that he has 0 deaths, and that is amazing just because of the money-building potential that not dying gives you in this game. There you can see Frozen, 7 for 2 there. Doing really good work. Roland getting himself a couple kills as well, but ultimately we know who picked up the W. Karrigan 10 for 3, so yeah, having a really good time of it on mousesports so far. They go double orbs, Woxic and Chris J. That's a scary world, but they will be against pistols in this round, so I wonder if that will be to their detriment.
Frozen with the off angle, Chris J to be the initial engager. Frozen may have to push through a smoke if Fnatic are timed well. Chris J's blind, there's Frozen, spots some players before that smoke pops. Jay missing the flick. Does he stand his ground? Does he fall back? He can allow the bomb plant. Bouncing a HE, that'll do some nice damage to Twist, and Karrigan may be able to do some more. Indeed, he will be. Only 2 plays remaining. They've done 0 damage so far. That's not enough. Karrigan manages to survive with 1 HP. That's a pretty good round for mousesports. They don't mind the bomb plant. It's about their own economy. It's about surviving in the numbers. 6-1 is a great scoreline for them on the CT side so far. Success has been minimal for Fnatic. Similar to Dust 2 at the beginning.
Pretty flowers. Pink like the mouse pads.
Your powers of observation continue to serve you well.
Or do they?
I think that's a Darth Vader quote.
Oh. Well, it certainly bodes well for mousesports here. 6-1. They are crushing it at the moment. Deep smoke. And Woxic will investigate towards the apartments. Looks more like a default setup from Fnatic. They got 3 towards Banana and 2 towards the apartments at the moment. Smoking things off, trying to make it awkward. And they wait for the smokes.
Fnatic have good coverage across the map for the time being, but they need to clear the apartments, which they look to start to do. I think Crims and Brian will be doing that job. 1 minute on the clock. Banana well and truly secured for the time being. Doesn't look like mousesports will re-aggress with a flashbang. Woxic has gone from long to short on this occasion, and Karrigan's making his way towards the B-bomb site just in case, but it's really unclear as to what Fnatic have in mind at the moment. Twist by the tree position. Brand's been creeping in apartments a little bit. And now we see a third and fourth player head back towards A. So mousesports being very, very active with limited information. No longer in top mid, but Woxic is creeping once again. J being entrusted with the B bomb site. We see that lurk smoke through the apartments coming out. This could be a very costly peak for Fnatic. Indeed, it will be. Woxic looking for a second one. A crossfire is there. The bomb's on the floor. It is an absolute slaughter. Everybody getting taken out. Brilliant. Only finds 1 target. 17 seconds. The bomb is not going to be retrieved in this round. It's a question of damage if he wants it. Does he chase and try to die on his sword? It seems that will be the case. But Woxic will deny him. 4 plays survive for mousesports. 7-1. Beautiful stuff from them.
It doesn't seem to stop, does it? It just doesn't seem to stop. And this is some of the form that I was talking about previously, where I just had those flashbacks of how well they can defend on this map. Jay's clearly having fun. He's always a source of good spirits, though, I've got to say. And tactical pause comes out from Fnatic. They've had enough at this point. It perhaps seems to them that they need to change something, because what they've been doing has not really been working. So it's time to mix it up.
Rob's turn to get his god beyond. Imagine himself in a forest with rabbits and parakeets. Maybe the odd deer.
7-1.
6th round lead for mousesports. This is pretty rough. Again, there is room for recovery with the number of rounds to come in this half for Fnatic, but it's not looking good at the moment. They're not getting enough frags or bomb plants at present. I feel like the bomb plants have come more when they've been in eco territory than in a full buy. Woxic looking for a cheeky peek. How deep will he go? JW spotted. It doesn't last very long, JW. A quick deletion from Woxic. So good with the AWP. Great addition to mousesports. Worthy replacement for a player of the talent of Oscar. And Woxic delivers again. 5 versus 3. Not really the start Fnatic were looking for in round number 9 after a pause. And they don't have any map control. There's nothing to relieve them. They don't have control of Banana. So they can't make there's nowhere really for them to make a strong play with the 3 remaining players just yet. They need to get something out of this. But mousesports are able to fall back, taking 0 damage so far. 500 HP mousesports await the remaining 3 players of Fnatic.
So Exodus will be testing top Banana, seeing if there's any info peaks. But information does not need to be found by mousesports. Twist. CT Smoke will give the game away. We get the rotation coming in from Karrigan with the AWP. But Chris J and Frozen might be all that's required here. There's the first headshot from Chris. Frozen yet to announce his presence. And look at how much time Chris J is wasting. All that time. Another shot from Chris J lands as Frozen hits his shot. And it just couldn't get more hopeless here for the likes of Fnatic. They can't seem to get going, James. They've broken down in the snow. And they're calling AA, but no one's on the line.
I don't know if how prevalent the AA are outside of the UK.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I don't know.
I'll leave you to explain that one. But
your automobile service, rescue service.
Fnatic are not getting enough frags. They're not doing damage to the CT economy. Woxic's got $12,000. So their measure of success by any parameters is pretty damn limited. They got close to the B-bomb site, didn't quite get any much more than that, and now they find themselves on a buy between the buys of some Kevlar here and there, some pistols here and there, some grenades. It's like a cheese selection before your main meal.
Charcuterie. Oh, this position for me is so sort of Rops-esque. I see him playing Graveyard so much. He's so good from it as well.
It's got pretty good cover from flashbangs.
Wow.
And the spray is perfect for Rops. You can see him wondering what else is going on. Well, now he knows. He's two players in the short. He can communicate that to his teammates. Karrigan gets his bell rung, but he's still alive, which is a problem. He can be bait for his teammates. Woxic can't quite cover his teammate. Maybe he doesn't need to. Just needs to trade. That'll be the job. And there is JW taken out as well. Two players taken out on a half buy from Fnatic. Just not enough.
Yeah, so far it's all been failure. It's difficult because this is reminiscent to me of when North played Fnatic actually on Nuke. Valde made a comment about that, I believe, in an interview where he said, I forget who it was, someone from North basically said, like, we felt extremely confident going into that game, but for some reason we just tried our entire playbook and nothing worked. And it kind of feels like Fnatic are in this similar kind of a position whereby they're trying stuff, and there's no particular reason why their game plan shouldn't be working. But look at this, Karrigan is just pushing down middle with an M4, and they are just annihilating Fnatic. When that starts to happen, James, you know the game has really gone into a new level for the winning team.
Yeah, I love when you see those kind of plays because it's wholly unnecessary. It's an additional risk they just don't need. But it's psychological warfare.
Yeah.
And it really makes it hard for the teams, I think, in the future rounds, should they lose this round, to play their own game. I think it makes you really scared. It's kind of like the classic Virtus Pro at their strongest, where on Mirage you'd see people just standing top mid on the T side forever, just afraid of a push from Virtus Pro. And it would only come when you didn't expect it, when you started to think, okay, maybe we're safe now. That kind of thing, that's just so much pressure for your opponent. Just strangling them, taking all the oxygen away. Nothing but inert gas for Brolan as he walks into a 1 versus 4 situation. You can see Woxic creeping behind him with the AWP, waiting for a peek in pit, which is never going to come. Same for the balcony. Woxic moving through the apartments. 35 seconds for Brolan to basically march to his doom, or maybe he can do something. Okay, maybe he can't. Woxic just denies him. Coming in for potential crossfire, won't be needed. 1 bullet to the brain. 10-1 for mousesports. Fnatic do not look close even to planting the bomb.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too, like the round that we just saw, when that starts to happen and the team gets so confident that they can start doing that, or they feel like they're so far ahead that they can start doing that, they'll do a round like that, and that's often gets punished. Like, and then the other team's like, all right, okay, and then they kind of get going. And in part it's because, you know, firstly, you don't need to do that. As you said, it's wholly unnecessary. It was the words that you used. And part of the reason is because you've been crushing them just by playing a certain way. So to play hyper-aggressive suddenly and open yourself up to so much risk, I mean, that doesn't really make sense in a lot of respects, except for the psychology element, except for the fact that you make them feel even more hopeless. And the fact that they can't even come close to converting against that push is a huge issue. And Karrigan is 19 for 5. Karrigan's 19 for 5.
Woxic is simply unstoppable. We don't have enough in the death column for mousesports. Frozen has died 3 times. I'll keep an eye on that as goes from player to player. 19 for 5, Karrigan. Lead by example. And I feel like this is the flavor of mousesports you would sometimes see online with the previous roster. With some crazy games, we'd see Oscar with an auto shotgun, but mousesports just very, very dominant on Inferno at the moment. And again, it's the half buys where Fnatic seem to be having more success. They're having success in Anarchy. Well, even that is still limited for the most part, but maybe there's a chance to double their score. Throwing grenades at each other. As there are 2 players left, Twist waiting for a rotation. Will there be a check with a flashbang, and Woxic will deliver the headshot. That smoke won't last much longer. But there's a new one with a gap.
So, trying to push this smoke doesn't really work, I think, in any sense. And that's unfortunate for the remainder of mousesports, who really wanted to give this one a go. But they'll just have to hold on to what they have. But Woxic can make it more painful for them because they will have to exit the site.
Yeah, it's their turn for containment, mousesports. Woxic misses the first shot, but they're all running towards Rops now. Nobody wants to go towards Woxic, but he won't get his spray down on this occasion, and Fnatic make it to 2 rounds. Now, blast delay, I think it was a 2:13.5 for Cloud9 on Inferno, and we saw a noble comeback attempt from them. Maybe, again, we can't count out Fnatic. It could be a very different game once the halves change, but doesn't look good at the moment. mousesports all over this despite that round loss. And again, it's Anarchy which gives Fnatic a chance on their T side.
Yeah, very true. Hardships are being experienced right now. Extreme hardships. Woxic. Shay pushing the smoke. Trying to at least. This is quite a fine angle there. He's in trouble. Let's get out of there in time. 41 HP remaining on him. Oh, so he's 2 more. So keeping that information alive. Oh, he's going to make it. Just barely makes it through the molly as well. Christian taking a lot of damage. Fnatic have top banana now, and the question is, well, okay, the answer has been made to the question. The question was going to be if they will take top mid or not, but they are keeping Brolan towards the A side of the map. But he's playing ultra passive, like he's actually going to rejoin the push. He's not even going to try to cut off lurkers or anything like that, and it will just be a straight rush onto the B bomb side. But there's only 2 players there, James. mousesports have no info about this.
Look at the radar. Woxic is moving up short, but is he moving up in time? Karrigan's got... Oh, he had one flash, but he's used it, so he can rotate to the wall, but he's got no flash for the pull position, as we like to see. Slow approach from Fnatic is giving them extra time. I think he's just going to go for a brazen push through the smoke. Christian, watch himself burn to nothing. Oh, the variants are lining up for Karrigan. It's 2. It could have been 3, but there's a chance for Fnatic to get another one. The bomb being planted on the coffins. We've got Woxic making his way up banana. JW already has an angle, and he's going towards the car, it seems. In the meantime, Rops looks towards the tree position. There is money to some degree here for the CT side, and all of a sudden we've got stereo frags, and Crims is on the sites alone. There's no more grenades for mousesports. Somebody's got to find out where Crims is. They both have defuse kits. He's by the new box, jumping around, clearing it bit by bit. Woxic creeping, first oranges, second. Takes a shot, but doesn't really get anything out of it. And Rops has to push this position, but there won't be time. Crims can just delay, and peek when there's no time for Rops to defuse. And it will be a 3rd round for Fnatic. Much needed. Could they get 5 out of this?
Yeah, it's ultimately very possible. That was a tight one, though. And but again, like, even though this really sucks, I like the fact, I mean, maybe this is just Swedish Counter-Strike for you, but I like the fact that they're just relaxed. They look, or at least, well, they're probably not relaxed, per se.
It's experience, isn't it?
They're probably pretty tense, but yes.
They've all had crap halves before.
They're collected, they're calm. Like, this is a man who, like, it could just be any situation, and he's just doing what he can with what he has. Anyway, Woxic with a quick peek will be punished with some damage. Has to be very careful to get out of there, and he will do so successfully in the end. And now it's a slow one from the likes of Fnatic as they gravitate towards Banana.
Double orbs for mousesports. Woxic has made his way towards the B bomb site. Karrigan has a look top mid. He's got to be careful though, because there's issues around Boiler, but they will be neutered by Chris J. Neutralized rather. Crims with a tight angle on the balcony, and Rops is taken out. That's a very key player to frag on the A-bomb site, and maybe that encourages them to make their way over there. But have a look at Chris J. An aggressive play with the AWP, but if he walks into Crims, he may not survive. He's had the angle for long enough. He was in the red, but Chris J is the one who's dead. Now Karrigan is alone on the A-bomb side. There's no rotation just yet, but there's a little movement from Frozen. I don't think he'll get anywhere close to A in time. Although Fnatic is still taking this slow. They've got so many numbers alive. 4 versus 3. mousesports completely out of position, devoid of information, devoid of position. Everyone's alone. Everyone's in isolation for mousesports and lining up for Karrigan, but he won't get anything out of this. And all of a sudden, it seems that Fnatic may have a fighting chance going into half-time.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to see, right? Make it as competitive as you can. But there's still a very long road to go, and there's no guarantee they'll pick up the next one either. So really playing it round for round at this point and seeing what they can make happen. And they're so fragile still because, you know, it just takes that pistol victory from mousesports, and already a big chunk of rounds is equalized.
One AWP will be saved. We've seen aggressive plays from mousesports. They had an iron grip on this half. But again, the end of the half looks very different to the beginning and the middle. Frozen may want to get some cover, although once you know where Woxic is, you just don't want to challenge him. Okay, so unless it's JW, of course. They have the money though, or do they? Maybe that was a little too costly for Fnatic. They might end up short on grenades because of that extra frag. We shall see, but indeed, Crims was very, very patient, and that's not an easy headshot to make. But he is Crims after all. Karrigan, 21 for 8. Looking at that scoreboard, there was one player on Fnatic with 2 kills and one with 3, but somehow they've got 4 rounds out of this half. It has been extremely difficult for them. It's like playing Day of Defeat versus MG42s on Avalanche. Not a very easy task at all.
No one's going to know what that means, probably, James. I was going to say,
well, at least there's Day of Defeat source, right?
Day of Defeat.
It's less obscure than the AA.
Nah, man. I think that makes sense. Right, 4 rounds for Fnatic. Can they make it into 5? We shall find out momentarily. Woxic on the AWP again. Oh, yes. Straight through the smoke, onto bench, trying to cause some shenanigans. Oh, that can't be a whiff from JW. Frozen continues. He keeps going forwards. Exist, you'll be so careful. His spray will be punished, not like this. This is a disaster. Twist, can you get something back? It's just Twist and Crims. Twist has 5 HP. I don't know how he's still alive. He will take down 1. In the meantime, Twist picks up 1. It's just down to Rops. What the hell's going on? This is absolute madness. He's actually going to swap out for the AWP.
He's rotating towards the B-bomb site. I feel like mousesports should have more players alive, but there was action all over the map, and I love the charge. Rops moves forward, but he's surely going to die from construction. There it is. 5 rounds on the board for Fnatic. Looked impossible. They had 1 for the longest time, but out of nowhere, the rabbit comes out of the hat, and they have a chance moving into the second half. We'll see if they can win the pistol after the break.
We're back. mousesports in the house. Maybe Fnatic are back as well, James, because they managed to string together a few rounds at the end of that first half to make it respectable. It was looking like it could have been ridiculous. We had a situation where I think the 10th round or 11th round, Karrigan rushes down mid and kills 2 people and they win the round, and it's just ridiculous. Karrigan finished the first half with 21 for 9. When do you see that?
Yeah, but is he gonna run out of steam now? Is he gonna go quiet on the second half? Sometimes it happens when a player has a big performance on one half, you switch sides, you don't have the kind of advantages or momentum you had on the other side, such as the nature of the map and Counter-Strike. We shall see. mousesports moving with intention in this pistol round. Once again, Rops has been given a P250 for that extra range for the one shots versus the Glock. Karrigan and Chris J will be the grenade gentlemen's. Exists with a lot of utility, waiting to drop a smoke. 3 players towards B. Very static setup. JW starting to wonder, starting to go towards the point of no return, but sees Rops just in time, falls back. Karrigan's close. Karrigan's almost getting smokes. Down to 34 HP, but he's still alive. Limited information. They see 2 now. They take 1 out. Where is the rest of mousesports? Probably towards the A bomb site. There's a push down banana with 3 players. mousesports have the A site, and they plant the bomb.
Yeah, that's a huge problem. That P250 being put to work there. Obviously, anyone with a P250, and that's the only way he's going to get a one-shot kill. That range, Glocks, though, at this range, pretty damn good. You can spam them, and Voxic's going to find immense success with that. And he's going to push the issue. In fact, Rops will help him out, and they have eliminated everybody. JW is just too much to handle. And the worst has happened for Fnatic. They have lost the pistol. They're going to be off on the back foot, and Fnatic are like one of the few teams where they might actually go for a full save here, and as opposed to the many teams that would force buy in this position.
This is a good angle. Look at the shadow advantage Voxic has as they're starting to move in. He's playing close with the Glock. He's got plenty of bullets because it's a Glock. And if they go close to the boiler wall, then he's got the shadow advantage as well, so we can pre-fire them. So that was really nice positioning from him. And they kind of had a double peek with Rops further back with a P250. So that little scenario was pretty beautiful for mousesports. Now we have a force buy after all from Fnatic. Seems a late decision. 2 scouts on Inferno. Really hard to be so effective with these, but so far so good. Voxic down to 29 HP. And if that was a shot, then the bomb's being spotted. But with so much time on the clock, that won't be too important, as long as they still have possession of it, mousesports. Moving away from Banana, maybe expecting a rotation with the bomb shown. They head towards the A bomb side. Few steps. Are they offering a fake? I start to wonder as Chris J takes an AK towards the B bomb site. On the logs. RIP Amazon, by the way.
On the logs.
The Amazon. It's being slaughtered at the moment. We're all going to die from heat death. Twist and Exist on the B bomb site. The Scout, the CZ, the smoke grenade, which is being held by Exist. There we go. There's a shot and a tag, and the smoke is dropped. And now mousesports will have to wonder. They don't really have any information. They've got no map control towards the A bomb site. This could end in disaster.
I like them if they just get a commitment in here and just... The issue, though, is that they don't have the flashbangs. It would be perfectly fine to just run to the other side of the map there right now, but they're going to try to make it work. It's like they will be able to get 1 frag here. Woxy trying to make it work with that Mac 10, and they will actually clear out some of these close positions. Chris J, with some heroic moves there towards the coffins, will also secure the space they need for this plant. And Crimson now swinging with the Deagle. Needs something huge. He does great damage. Down to 4 and 6 for Woxic and Frozen. That's crazy. Brawler now last man standing, but 2 players will die in 1 bullet. There's one of them. I mean, I guess everyone will technically die in 1 bullet from a Deagle. We'll have to see if Brawler can find that damage as he pushes the issue, forces the action. And I have to say, usually those rounds, when it ends up like that, James, I think, I don't know about you, but I'm expecting the T's to get kind of wrecked.
Yeah.
When they force the issue.
Yeah. It's a rough situation, and it's hard to make the right call in that situation. However, on the subject of situations, a word I've said many times in the last 20 seconds, the force buy from Fnatic puts mousesports in a very, very strong position. They are 12-5, and Fnatic are on eco. It is going to be so hard for mousesports to lose this map. Unless they get 1 digged in this round, but there are no digs, in fact. 2 P250s. Fnatic can't afford too much. So let's see what happens. We've got the Mac 10 out for Frozen. Karrigan's rolling with the P250, so he can be the information man. He can go and find out what's going on around the map. He's expendable. Only only $1,300 would be lost. Minute 15, don't play it too slow. Chris J doesn't have a flash. Actually, I was going to say there could be a flash to burst top mid, but there's no flash. He's the one in position to throw it, or he was. But they've got the numbers to creep and to trade. JW with a USP will drop the bomb. He's doing big damage. This could be capitalized upon, as weird as it sounds. Broyland's on the balcony with the P250. One right place shot. He could kill all three of these players. There's one. Oh my days. What the hell's going on? Rops and Frozen have a job to do. There's no Kevlar on these players. There's a fake, but he looks the wrong way. He's got no cover. And now it's down to man like Rops. 1 versus 3. This is an eco round. This is not the way Fnatic are supposed to get back into this game. 35 seconds for Rops to work with. Someone's got to just call the time for him so he knows what he's working with. Trying to isolate in case somebody's in the pit, but he's made life worse for himself because they know where he is now. 25 seconds. There's Broyland jiggling in the boiler position. Doesn't have too much to work with. He's just running distraction. He's killing the time. Rops has to start planting the bomb soon. He is aware of that. He just can't find anyone to frag. There's the first player. Here comes the player from Library. So many targets, can't find any of them.
Oh dear,
that is a mess with a capital M and a full stop on the end and an underline as well.
That's not what you want, is it? If you're mousesports, that's a really weird one. But they do have money to force buy back. It's kind of awkward, but they can do it. I think that it may be worth it in this position. They've got so many rounds in the advantage of their opponents that it does make sense.
Well, that will quickly disappear if they force buy and lose.
Well, yeah, that is true.
Then the deficit's basically 4 rounds. That's not a lot.
That is true. That is true. And also, you have to consider as well that 3 players survived and they picked up weapons, which means that even if you do win the rounds, economically speaking, the CT side of Fnatic will still be okay for a buy. So
more or less gave them a bonus buy.
Yeah. So actually, yeah, the full save does actually make more sense, or the half buy makes more sense. That's correct. But I mean. As we saw here, half buy can absolutely be enough. But it is quite rare that you see, that was almost a full USP round, it felt like.
That's a really, really, really bad round for mousesports. Not because they lost it or the fashion, but because they're supposed to have an overwhelming lead. They have chosen to go for the force buy again. If this fails, then Fnatic are going to be brimming with confidence. The deficit's not going to be too much. We're looking at 8 to 12. That's only 4 rounds. And that's not a bad start for Fnatic. No answer as Crims is able to fall around the corner. mousesports now getting desperate, just charging up mid like that. It costs them another player.
Although, it does also get them positioning, and also there was 2 players on pistols. So now they can actually get rifles on everybody. So they kind of even things up a little bit by doing that. Even though they don't trade so effectively, they have guns now. I see the Krieg and the AK on Rops and Carrigan. Frozen, of course, with Block 6 AWP. So now they can kind of try to play this like a regular buy rounds. If they cut noise a little bit, they could expect Fnatic to spread out between B and A, 2 to a site. Typically, that's what happens. However, they will be going towards this A bomb site. Oh dear. Crims with that spot, which can be a one and done. Ooh, yeah, the wallbangs. Let's go.
Okay, it's turning around now. The remainder of Fnatic are behind the smoke at the moment. There are no more smokes, but there are plenty of frags for mousesports. And they've planted the bomb. They have turned this around, and Twist is walking into the AWP. That is a massive round for mousesports. It looked really, really bad. It was an awful start. If they lost that, they had to be dejected, but they've turned it around. Again, they gave Fnatic some bonus weapons, so now Fnatic are in a weird spot. If they choose to force buy in this round and they lose, it's pretty much a GG.
Yeah, it is indeed, if that is to be the case. Nice shot, Frozen. Good work. This Deagle, though. Boosh. Everyone should learn that. I gotta say that people, in the games I play, never take that spot for some reason. Carrigan. Alrighty. So here we go. Back into it. Oh, they forced it up. They're going for it, James. They're going all the way.
It's a horrible situation either way, to be honest.
They're going deep like G.
Trying to keep mousesports off a 14th round. 2 Deagles. We've seen a number of Deagle kills in this game so far, and they line up for a double peek. Off angle as well, not holding the corner of the wall, as you can see. Chris J fishing for info. I don't believe that mousesports have identified a force buy just yet, but maybe they have now with Crims getting shot in that short position. Arch getting smoked off, and it's starting to look weak. How much does JW feel like gambling? He feels like it. Is there a trade? There isn't. 2 kills and a deagle, and he's picked up an AWP, and now he has position. Twist trying to see if anybody crosses towards pit position, I suppose. That smoke will have a gap in it. I think it might do. Only at close range. Ooh. Great burst, so they are still in this. They've got a man advantage now, Fnatic. All 3 players are right here on Arch.
Yeah, this is tense stuff because they don't have a kit. They have a lot of equipment right now, and I don't even know if they go for this or not. This is so weird because, I mean, you kind of have to do it. They'll push the issue here now with the grenades that they have, but Rops is lurking by the balcony. Karrigan picking his time. Rops with a trade, but it's not good enough. Beautiful work from Fnatic to push forwards. And they're going to get the defuse there. That's absolutely fantastic. I have to say that the bursts into the pit position behind the smoke from Twist was disgusting. How he found a headshot there, I do not know. If he doesn't find that headshot, they don't win the round because the positions are too strong.
Another enormous round for Fnatic, a second win in the second half. That Crazy. Is so key. Now, did a force bias continue? mousesports will have a reasonable buy in the next round if they eco one. They may feel that's the right decision. That second frag. There are so many little situations. The burst towards the pit, the 2 kills from JW to push through the smoke in the first place. So many things had to go right to be in this spot. They keep it reasonably close, and indeed, mousesports will go for the eco. So this 6 looks to be heading towards a 5-round deficit. Not very dangerous around from mousesports. A P250 and a flashbang. Not much else, and 2 players taken out already. Should be a chance for Fnatic to build a little money. JW gets taken out, though. I thought there was a fair chance that they wouldn't lose anybody in this round, but
you're wrong.
I suppose I am. Broland can pick up this AWP, though, once they figure out where Chris J is. He's going to collect it now. That's not expected with a Glock. A second frag, but a win is a win. Fnatic on the scoreboard once again. 8-13, and we see the buy come out for mousesports, so we will shortly. Double Krieg, triple AK, a good amount of grenades. That's a lovely flick from JW. He did go down eventually, but again, the AWP was rescued. That's what Rops looks like when he scratches his head.
So, all right, this is where Fnatic could get the momentum going, and we'll get contested banana here. Chris A throwing a very forward smoke first. And that's a nice move because the CTs like to throw a Molotov immediately behind this position, so you can't just stand there. And so you can see that it doesn't really cost the Ts very much to get that, to get to that position. Just one smoke, and you see how Chris J just denied so much map control from Fnatic. That's beautiful. And now he's going to take top banana for relatively low cost. And mousesports, are they going to go back or not? Looks like they're going to retract everybody from the A side of the map, and they're going to go and commit to this B play.
Shock and or maybe attempted. Twist only has a flash, which he looks to deploy. And Exist has no smoke, so they can't really stop the push once that smoke is up. Okay, it was a late smoke, as I said that, but there we go. Chris J will be taken out. Karrigan with a drive-by. Frozen won't last very long. He was in the red already, and Karrigan is so as well. Dancing around the fountain as they try to get position to plant the bomb. 0 grenades remaining for mousesports. They've got to plant it fast. 3 plays for Fnatic in CT, and they've got plenty of grenades, smoke, splashes. They've got 2 Molotovs as well, and plenty of personnel.
Yeah, you're right. The retake incendiaries should just seal the deal here. Woxic forced the second oranges. The spray's not good enough. He had to get that kill quickly. Now Robs, he's stuck behind the smoke. He's going to try to go through. Karrigan opens it up for him. Can he make his way forwards now? The Karrigan, he needs help from Robs desperately. Robs is doing that though. Beautiful stuff. Is that from behind the smoke? No less. Robs is just biding his time now. The smoke goes down, and Robs, perfect timing. Oh my goodness, what an important round to win. Oh my God, I don't know how they pulled that one off, James. They had nothing to work with.
That's a crazy, crazy hold. Very important trade from Rops, quite obviously, towards the end. Karrigan only had 3 bullets in the magazine at the end. And another key round. The back and forths are crazy, but they are to the advantage of mousesports.
Wow.
Really strong stuff. 2K from Karrigan. There he is, down to 3 bullets remaining. And Rops shows some presence, and Karrigan is the cannon fodder. Rops gets the final frag, and mousesports are in such a strong spot. We will see just how strong now. Fnatic, enforced by territory, once again, just can't string the rounds together. They've got to do it the hard way. Plenty of utility, but same cannot be said for rifles.
It's so satisfying to see Karrigan playing so well, I have to say. Like, I used to make videos on how abusive he was with an AWP on Dust 2 in like 2015 or something like that in the TSM days. So I'm so happy to see him playing well individually. Whoa! All right, Chris J. They're going to contact it into the B bomb site, and this is a problem. Fnatic have no way to retake this.
No respect start from mousesports, pushing the smokes. They know there's weakness on Fnatic. They won't allow them a second crack at the whip. Smokes not brick walls, and they'll run straight through them. And now what do Fnatic do? They don't have position. They're trying to stave off match point, but if they fail this, they will lose everything. They don't have a defuse kit. There's a smoke for the dark spot. There are players here. Chris J forced forward, but there are so many people here for mousesports. They've got counter grenades as well, and they're hunting. Fnatic at the point of no return. Down they go, one by one. There's no kit for JW, and the damage doesn't matter. Match point for mousesports, and plenty of them.
They are so well poised to take this map immediately. Some of the situations in which they have come out on top here has been quite surprising. That retake between Rops and Karrigan was ridiculous. I actually think that the kills that Rops got, except the very last one, I think he was behind the smoke the whole time. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like that from Karrigan's point of view. And that's kind of insane.
It's a butcher buy, Dan.
It is.
5 Deagles looking for the meat shots to keep themselves in the game, Fnatic. Not looking very good, though. mousesports perhaps too strong today. Few smoke grenades remain for Fnatic and 1 flashbang. It's going to be dry peaks for the most part. Dry peaks for raw meats. JW, oh, this could be a very good decision, or maybe it'll be a bad one. They're lining up for Existo, and that smoke lands in a perfect spot, or it would do if he was able to hold position, but he can't. He's taken out, and 3 Fnatic players remain. We've got Twist down bottom mid. Brolan has a chance, picks up a rifle. Maybe something can be done. Crims is in CT spawn, and mousesports are on the rotation. On the plus side for Fnatic, Crims could pick up a rifle unless he chooses to go quickly towards B, in which he would only have a deagle.
Oh my God, James! This is the very definition of hopelessness, isn't it? This big rotation coming into the B bomb side. The bomb's going to go down. Frozen has another smoke for CT spawn. He's got a Molotov. There's flashbang, 3 of them. Crims. Here goes the flash straight through, and he's going to get his head blown off by Woxic. And now it's down to Brolan. I mean, I don't even know where to begin. How do you do this?
Well, there's a team. Oh my God. They've got a team kill of a Molotov, and now it's a 1 versus 1. He's looking for Banana, though. He has no idea where Frozen is, and this is going to waste time because he doesn't have a kit. He's not going to have time to find Frozen. He's just standing there by New Box. Even with the team kill towards the end, it'll just be a point of amusement for mousesports. A dominating scoreline and performance on the CT side of Inferno, and a very strong 2-0 versus Fnatic.
Yeah, mousesports looks so good here today, and given some of the struggles that they've had against some of the other teams, sometimes, you know, the devil you know is better than the devil you don't, and I think that could have been the case here for them. You know, some comfort and understanding sort of what to expect from the likes of a team like Fnatic. You know, they can prepare for Fnatic, they know the players of Fnatic, and maybe that played a part in this, because it really seemed like everybody was performing incredibly well. Like Karrigan specifically in that last map was amazing.
Yeah, I think that's fantastic, especially if you look at some of the games, the matches that mousesports have played so far in this minor. They've been difficult. They've had to have some absurd comebacks, but they have a really strong performance here on both of these maps. A little back and forth on Dust 2, but again, we saw some exceptional performances from Fnatic when the chips were down to just get certain rounds here or there, but mousesports look strong.
They really do. They really do. I don't think there's anything else any other way to put it. So it's now down to Sue on the stage.
Sue.
Thank you very much, guys. Congratulations, Karrigan. You tweeted yesterday that
It was a roller coaster of emotions, and thus far at the minor at least, it feels like it's been a roller coaster performance where the first 2 days at least, maybe not the best showing, but today was a completely different mousesports, 2-0 over Fnatic. First thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a different team we play. It's a team we maybe used to play on this level. So when we play a team like Sprout and no chances, more feeling like if you lose this, it's going to be really tough and going out in groups. So obviously we played really good today compared to yesterday. Good credit to the other teams who really put us to the limit yesterday. I also think that we come in this today and kind of thought like if you lost the pistol against Sprout on the second map on the last half, then I guess we wouldn't have been where we are today. So I think all this momentum we have from yesterday, we come in fresh-minded and just take it as it is, and I think that showed today.
Well, let's speak to that momentum a little bit because there were a lot of different things going on yesterday. Some bad performances, but also some incredible resilient performances where you were able to get 13 straight rounds in that second half on that map. So talk about the ups and downs.
Yeah, I think the downs yesterday was a CT side was completely gone. I have never played in a team where CT side is just so gone on those 3 maps or 7 maps we played during this tournament. It was, I think, every CT side besides 1 map we only got max 6 rounds, and it's really tough to come back on T-side all the time. I think we played really great T-side yesterday, and today we played great on both sides in the end. So I'm really happy with the performance, and right now we are secured top 3, which gives a relief at least.
Well, definitely today, the CT size, as you mentioned, was totally different compared to what we saw yesterday, at least. How was it going up against Fnatic, as Fnatic did, up until today at least, look like a completely different Fnatic than they've showed in the group stage exits in the previous lands?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched their games, but I feel like Fnatic is a team, if you give them momentum, they're going to steamroll you. And that's also what you saw when we lost that 10-2 round on Inferno. Suddenly they have 10-5, and that doesn't look that bad if it's 13-2. So it's a team you have really have to be prepared about, that they are really going to see the sides and can't steamroll you over a whole map.
Well, I want to talk about what you've done with this team. This was a new team that you joined about three-ish months ago, and now the team is looking really, really solid. You guys are playing together, especially today. We saw what happens when you guys are getting everything rolling the way you want. So talk about what you've done with this team.
Yeah, I think like the roles we put together in the team was like, it's really hard to know before you make a team like this with players you haven't played with before, how they react in the team, how they play positions. So I think what we come through is a really good lineup, a really good chemistry, and we also play a little more structured than I'm used to in my old teams, especially FaZe. So we have a little more team play, I would say, because that's the way we're gonna be as a top team. So it's still something we have to work on, and our team play was gone yesterday on the CT side. So we just have to be more consistent to be able to make the major, and hopefully we are doing that tomorrow.
Well, speaking of the major, just one best of 3 left. It's going to be North. The Danish squad has been looking pretty good under Valde. What are your thoughts on them?
Yeah, North has a lot of good talents, or not talents, but really good players who, I think, if you look at the players, you think they have the potential to be top 5. So I have a great respect for them, and hopefully it's going to be a great game tomorrow. And the winner goes to the major, and the other team has to probably play Fnatic or Crazy in a really tough match.
Well, definitely going to be looking forward to that. For now, congratulations once again on this 2-0. And with that, the winners final for the EU minor is going to be mousesports taking on